Hey, so I guess I'll do a really, I guess I'll try to be quick, a short blog, just talking about random stuff going on. So, my bitchy boss came back today from being off, and she was ordered to move back to Texas, but because COVID has spiked in Dallas, where we're at, now our headquarters is saying that anybody who works in the office doesn't have to go back until August. So I guess she moved back for nothing. But she was a bitch on wheels today, and I had to set a lot of boundaries with her. And she called me 2 times and basically slammed me with stuff and was condescending, and as per whatever, always. I'm not going to go into all the details, but she's not the greatest. I don't like her. And she wanted to call me a third time today, and I set a boundary and said no. I said it in a way to be polite, though. I said now's not a good time. And so, and it wasn't. My dog was barking, and the maintenance guys were coming in to fix my AC. All they did was flip a breaker, which pisses me off, but they're not AC techs, so I don't know why. 2 of them came over, and it took 2 of them to have one flip a breaker, whatever. So anyway, I told her it wasn't a good time, because I was also worn down from her. She, just, she's intense, she's overly critical, she's crazy, and she slammed the shit out of me today with work. And so the next few months is going to be pure fucking hell. So especially starting in mid-July and then through September, it's going to be fucking horrible working for her. And so my prayer coach called today, and she prayed for me about that, and she told God, to let me keep this job until I got another one, and she told me to start applying now. So I'm going to start applying to other jobs now, because I've got a car, and I feel like that was my confirmation that I should do that. And I told her that the other things I was praying for was about the car and a job, and got those 2 things. It's just the car isn't great, but it does run. It's got great AC. It meets its purpose, so that's great. It's just not as nice as the car I had that was repossessed. And I told her that, my life went when I lost my job, and I'm just trying to rebuild it, and I want to be responsible and fix my credit and pay off the debts. And it's not that much. My debt isn't really that much, so it's doable. I just got to start working towards it and chuck away. My debt is actually only $1,000 right now. And so I can do that. I can take care of that. So it's going to have to be in increments, though, because now I've got a big car payment and car insurance that I have to pay with one of my checks. My first check every month has to go towards rent, and then my second check has to go towards that, and internet, and phone, and car, life. So I'm just going to pay as I can towards my debts until they're paid off. The repossessed car, somebody bought the car. It was auctioned off. I was notified, so it just shows on my report as a repossession. So there's nothing I could do about that other than make the payments for the car I have now and start working on my credit. So that's the plan. But yeah, and then I told her that I do feel lonely and I do want a guy. I've been on this planet long enough by myself, and I think I need a guy, and I didn't tell her this, but it does say in the Bible, better to marry than to burn with passion. And, I do have a sex drive. I think about all the, guys that are married and their women have no desire for sex. And I'm not that way. I want to have sex. I need to meet the right guy. I don't want a guy that's abusive. I don't want a guy that's controlling. Because I'm accommodating, and I would happily submit and take care of a guy and let him, be the authority in the home. I just don't want to be controlled and abused. There's a difference between a guy making the decisions because he's rational and logical and smarter than me and maybe more experienced in certain areas than me, And I would happily submit to that. Versus a guy just, you know, give me this, give me your car, fuck you, you know, and treating me like garbage. I don't want that. So I want a guy that's decent, that's going to treat me with love. But what she told me is not to be picky. My dog is being bad. He's been so bad today. Anyway, she told me not to be overly picky. If a guy loves God, that's the guy for me. And so, but in my head, I was like, please God, let him be attractive and what I desire, because I'm not going to want to fuck a guy that's non-attractive. I'm sorry. But, you know, and I do have a type, and I've dated outside my type before. I've dated fat guys. I've dated guys who are bald. I've dated guys who are older. I've dated guys who are younger. I've dated guys who were muscular and talked about nothing but football and weightlifting. I've dated all that type. And it's just, I found that dating outside my type was no different than dating inside my type. They didn't treat me better. They weren't more interesting. They weren't smarter. They weren't funnier. They weren't anything different than my type. So I might as well stay with my type. So my type that my coworkers used to laugh and make fun of me about, they said, you like the tall, thin, pretty boys that have pasty, pale skin. And it's not that I want a pale, pasty guy. I get that David Tennant falls in that category, and he is pale, and he is tall, thin, and pretty boy, but it's not necessarily pasty pale. But it's okay if he has, you know, a tan or whatever. But yeah, that's my type, you know. And there is a guy I really, really like, and I have not made it quiet about liking him. I think he's incredibly sexy. And but I don't think I'm his type, and I don't think I stand a chance. I think I don't know. I mean, I don't care. Who knows what happens, you know? I mean, I've never met him face to face, but he is sexy, and I feel like that if I was to meet him, that we would click, and possibly science would happen with pheromones, you know, to increase the attraction. So possibly science. Definitely I'm attracted to him, and definitely I respect him as a man, and respect how intelligent he is, because he's an avid reader, and he's so smart, and he's interested in like a lot of stuff that most people aren't, and that they don't figure out. And he thinks outside the box, and he's funny, but he's so laid back and chill, which I need. But he's also extroverted. I can tell, because he's got like 2 or 3 other guys willing to go with him on his adventure. He's going around all across the country, and I'm like, how did he so quickly talk 2 to 3 guys into going with him to do this? Like, I would never be able to find one person to go with me on something like that, let alone 2 or 3 guys. And it's because he's charming as fuck, but he's charming and smooth, but he's so laid back and lovable. And so I guess that's why he was able to get them to go along with it. But I was just like, wow, what if they have jobs and they can't? Or what if they have commitments like to their family or whatever and they can't do it? But he was able to find 3 guys to go with them. It's kind of funny. But so I think he's extroverted, which would be a good balance for me to make me get outside, you know, and do more stuff, but not all the time. And I could tell he's a deep thinker. And today I found out he has green eyes and that he shaved. I guess I'm not that observant. But I haven't seen him in person, so, you know, how am I supposed to know he has green eyes? But anyway, which is, you know, he's definitely my type. But so yeah, Freudian. My dad was a pretty boy. My dad had green eyes, and he was tall and slender. And so that, yeah, like I said, I've dated outside my type, and it just hasn't worked. So I might as well stay within my type, you know? And so, it's embarrassing. But, anyway, that's what I'm, you know, but she said make sure he's godly, which most definitely I want a godly guy. I don't want to date a guy that's going to pull me away from God. Plus, too, I think the sex would be amazing if you got that spiritual connection on top of the attraction, and then on top of science with the pheromones, it would probably be amazing sex. But yeah, I've dated guys that were Buddhists, I've dated guys that were agnostic, I've dated guys that were atheist, and they all pull me away because they don't want me to believe in God. They're attracted to me for my spirituality, and then they pull me away and don't want me to be spiritual. So it's weird that the very thing they're attracted to me for, they pull me away from it and don't want me to be, spiritual anymore. And I don't know if it's just a controlling thing about them or what, but I definitely don't want to settle for that again. So I definitely have to have a guy that's definitely a Christian and definitely believes in God. So that's a definite. But so I don't know if that guy, sorry, that was loud. I don't know if the guy that I like believes in God or not. It's hard to gauge on that with him. But he is so laid back, and I love how laid back he is, and just how down to earth and sweet he is. He's a sweet guy. Anyway, I could keep on going about this guy. His name's, I don't care, Kornimic. I mean, he knows I like him. It's not a secret. But a couple years ago, I met Arthur Darvill in person, and he was on Doctor Who as one of the companions, and I thought he was gay. Like, all across the internet, everyone was like, he's gay, 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 gay. He was in some, like, gay, he's gay, and I thought, okay, he's gay. So when I met him at this Comic-Con, and he flirted with me, my mind was like, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't let the cat out of the bag, I shouldn't be telling, but he did flirt with me, and it confused me because I'm like, I thought he was gay. Why is he flirting with me? Maybe he's bi. And then the more we talk, the more I realize he's not gay at all. He's not bi. He's very straight. And he is charming and has the most gorgeous green eyes I've ever seen in person. They're big, beautiful green eyes. Like, when you see him on TV, he looks average, but in person, he's beautiful. Like, the TV, the camera does not do justice with how beautiful that man really is in person. He's beautiful, Arthur Darvill. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. Like, the camera loves Kornimic. He has got a beautiful face. He's got a very strong, beautiful jaw and a beautiful face. And he's got, like, his shoulder blades, like his muscles in his back and his neck are so defined, and just, he has a beautiful, like, baseball body. He's like built like a baseball player, and just beautiful. He's just beautiful. Or I guess a bike rider, like a Lance Armstrong, and he does bicycle a lot. He calls it relaxing. I don't know how a long bicycle ride could be relaxing, but I haven't ridden a bike since college, so I don't know. But I should. I need to. And trying to, like, lose weight, but it's not easy because just the other night I picked my son up from his job, and his supervisor, who's in his 20s, asked who I was and said I was hot, and asked if I wanted some food, and I was like, yeah. And so anyway, but I had to set the boundary, not interested in a guy in his 20s. Nope. But anyway, my son's previous job, he had a supervisor that was a lesbian, and she did the same thing. She gave me food, and so I thanked her and gave her a hug. Unlike the dude, I didn't give him a hug because she knew I wasn't a lesbian. She just was attracted and gave me free food, and heck, free food is free food. I'll take it, but I am on a diet. I don't want to stay fat. I don't want to be fat. I don't like, I don't like being out of shape and stuff. So I'm trying. Which isn't easy because the gyms are still closed, and doing the best I can. And sorry about my hair. I know it's awful yet again today. No makeup, and that's because I had to do a Zoom meeting with my boss today, and I try to, like, make myself look as unattractive as possible, but professional enough that I can just slide by. But because she's insecure, I don't want anything to jeopardize my job. So I try to dumb down, but not overly dumb down. And I try to make myself not look cute. I try to, like, make my looks less appealing, if that makes any sense. Which, it's not that, like, it's that hard. I'm not, like, I'm not like a beautiful person. I'm like, I think I'm cute. You know, I'm attractive enough. I got free food. I'm attractive enough. Guys hit on me. I'm attractive enough that even though the facility that raised me told me I was ugly all the time, they still use my face for their pamphlets and calendars to beg for money from people. And they still use my face as a in the front to sing songs all the time to beg for money. So I know I'm not ugly, but sometimes I don't know. It's hard to see myself the way others see me. I know that they think I look different, which my eyes are steel gray, and I got my steel gray eyes from my granddad. And like I used to get told they look like wolf eyes because they're blue gray, so they're not like baby blue like some people have, or bright blue like Mel Gibson's eyes. They're just steel gray, like a wolf, like my granddad had. And my granddad was Swiss, and so I got his eyes. So anyway, I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to say, and I'm going to try to keep this short at 16 minutes. So anyway, I'm praying for a better job. I'm going to start applying, and thankful for my car, thankful for all the stuff I have right now, and hopefully I'll meet a decent guy that accepts me. And like I said, I will have his back and submit and fuck his brains out as long as he's my type, you know. That's it. I mean, I don't have high expectations, you know. Just I want to be my type, and you know, treat me well, treat me with love, you know, and not treat me abusively or put me down or belittle me, you know, because I respect him. I wouldn't talk to him like that. I don't want to be talked to like that. I had enough of that in my life. And so that's what I'm trying to find. It's hard. It's hard to tell. But yeah, that's what's going on currently. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry I'm boring.